Well, hey guys, Jonathan Doyle with you once again. It's really late, but I did want to get this video done. Got the podcast version done earlier, but I wanted to share the video version with you guys as well. Please make sure you've subscribed. I always say that. The links are here, and go and check out all the other links here in the show notes. And if you like what you hear today, please leave a comment. Today, we are going to talk about the fact that if you've been paying attention, you may have noticed that life doesn't always work out exactly the way we want. Maybe somewhere in some magical kingdom, life just goes perfectly, but if you're anything like me, your life has its challenges, its sufferings, and its difficulties, and I think it's very understandable that we would often like to wish them away. But perhaps we should be actually wishing for something else. What is that something else we should be wanting? Good question. I hope I have an answer for you. Let's talk about it. Came across a great quote today from the speaker and author Steve Maraboli. Check this one out. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. This reminds me of a quote from the famous Jim Rohn, who was the mentor to so many of the great, personal development speakers of the last 20, 30 years. Jim Rohn famously said, "Don't wish things were easier, wish you were better." So what I've said in the podcast version, there'll be a link underneath here, is all the difficulties and adversities and challenges and problems you have in your life are not likely to necessarily disappear overnight. If you've lived long enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What we discover if we live long enough is that those issues are part of the human journey. But what I want to suggest to us today is that the challenges we face are also an invitation to a major growth in resilience. That's what Maraboli and Jim Rohn are talking about, right? They're basically saying, don't wish these things away. Don't wish that life just gets easier. Just wish that we were better. So what I'm trying to say in the message is simply the difficulties, the challenges, the adversities we face are really the way that we grow. And of course, we wish they weren't part of our life, but they're here. And I think it's easy to live believing that in some magical far-off time, everything's going to resolve perfectly, but we know that it isn't, right? We know that the longer we live, the challenges will keep coming. So there's a certain peace that comes from acceptance, I think. There's a certain peace that comes from finally accepting that life is not sunshine and unicorns all the time, right? But what if the challenges are there to make us better? What if those challenges are there to really force us to grow? It's like a lot of things in the personal development space. It can easily sound like a platitude, like, strength and adversity, we grow. But I think it's true. I think that we get stretched, we get tested. And as I said in the podcast version, we live in a culture obsessed with therapy, therapeutic approaches, distraction, addiction. You know, the more distracted we are, sort of the less we pay attention to the possibilities of growth in our life. So thinking of your situation right now, whatever you're going through, every one of you watching this will be going through something different. Some of you will be going through relationship problems, parenting problems, career problems, financial problems. Don't forget, my friend, that every one of those problems, as much as we'd like them not to be in our life, they're calling upon us to discover new levels of capacity, resilience, and personal resource. So can I ask you to join me in reframing our problems as simultaneous invitations to growth? That's all I'm saying in this short message. So don't wish that life was easier, my friend. Accept life as it actually is, with all its imperfections and difficulties and sufferings and problems. And let's wish that we were better, and let's accept that invitation. All right, please make sure you're subscribed. My name's Jonathan Doyle. I'm going to have another message for you tomorrow.